People, it's me, John Avenger, once again. Happy Black Friday to each and every one of you. It's time, baby. It's time to see this huge stack of stuff that I got. I got a bunch of stuff to show you guys. All the stuff that I got since the month of October. You know, there's a couple of stuff here that I did show before, but it's kind of doesn't count because the lights were out when I did some of these DVD and Blu-ray reveals. So I'm going to show them again so you guys can see what I got. I'm going to start with the first one. I got this in October. It's the very first one. There can only be one. The director's cut of Highlander. I got this for about $2, so it was worth it for the director's cut. That the picture quality and the sound is great. It's widescreen. I really enjoyed this film. I think it's a long movie, but it didn't bore me. It's 116 minutes, but it was well done, and I think it's the best of the first franchise because I've seen most of the other Highlander sequels except for parts 2 and 5, which 5 I'm avoiding because that doesn't even have Christopher Lambert. But this is high quality fantasy action. It's definitely a really interesting take on a fantasy film. You know, with um, Connor McLeod. He's really badass. You see him in the old times when he's Scottish. He's in Scotland with his family and such, and fighting in a war. And then you have him in modern day in the 80s, and then he fights what's his face Clancy Brown, who he's having a ball in this movie. He's one of the best villains I've seen in a fantasy film. Connery's good, but I kind of thought he was kind of unnecessary. I know he's good he does a good performance. He's playing a Hispanic and he's a Scottish guy, and yet he doesn't really do that much, and then he gets killed like halfway through. But it's strange. It's definitely not for everybody. I mean, you have to definitely, suspend your disbelief and just go in and have a good time. And I think the first Highlander is a well done film. It didn't deserve to flop either. This should have been a huge hit, bigger than more money than it made back in '86. So there's worse fantasy films that I saw this year. Anyway, next is a film that I bought for 4 cents. I got it at Toys R Us, and it was a hell of a steal. I showed this before, but you could barely see it. But now you'll get to see it in all of its glory and in light, beautiful light. The Ice Pirates, another '80s awesome flick. This is from 1984, so this was 2 years before Highlander. This is just a fun movie. I had a ball with this. I saw this on cable back in the summertime. I loved it. I thought it was badass. I think it was like Guardians of the Galaxy, but for the '80s, but without the big budget. But I really enjoy this film. I like the lead, Robert Urich. May he rest in peace. I miss him. Mary Crosby, very sexy woman. This movie even has a sex scene that's well done. That's not just exploitation of a woman's breast. It's actually done really with some class. I really think that but other than that, I think the premise and the space herpes and the it's very short. It's only 94 minutes. It's not 2.5 hours or 3 hours like Avatar, and I think it's better. It's badass. It's cool. It has a cool premise. It's got a really good supporting cast: Ron Perlman and Angelica Houston, John Matusak. May he rest in peace as well. Really fun movie. I think if they ever did a sequel or a remake, I would welcome it only to see it like if they did it like Serenity or Guardians, but it won't be the same like this because this is definitely one of the coolest '80s films I saw this year. So that's Ice Pirates. You get to see it now. Yeah, it says rollicking parody of space adventures, and yeah, it's a parody that works. It's actually funny and interesting, and not just references to other films. Okay, next, I got this at a pawn shop a couple of weeks ago. I think it's an underrated sequel. A lot of people shit on this, saying that it's not as good as the first one. I know the first one is the best. There's no doubt about it. But I like this over the third one, and that is Candyman 2: Farewell to the Flesh. Decent movie. I do like the film. I like Tony Todd coming back as Candyman. I like Kelly Rowan. She's a beautiful blonde, I believe, or yeah, she's definitely no Virginia Madsen, but she does her own thing, and I think she holds up. It's still R-rated, just like the first film. It's short. It's only 91 minutes long. It's not twice as long as the original. Um, and good kills, decent gore effects, and it has a commentary with with the director Paul Condon. I believe he directed Dreamgirls and the last two Twilight movies. But he knows how to direct a movie. I'll take his horror any day over the horror from today. And look at that artwork. It's pretty cool. That's Kelly Rowan, or I think that's Virginia. Yeah, no, she kind of looks like Virginia Madsen. So decent film. I don't think it's that bad. Give me a break, YouTubers, you YouTube users. You hate on every sequel that comes out. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to show this one next. This is my sister's Christmas present. I hope she doesn't watch this video because then she'll get spoiled. It's a animated film from 2013. I'm going to show a quick epic. Really cute movie. I think the animation in this movie is beautiful. I like the voice cast: Amanda Seyfried and Jason Sudeikis, Beyonce Knowles, Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games, Steven Tyler, uh, Aziz Ansari. Christoph Waltz, he's a decent villain. You could tell he's German. He uses his accent throughout the whole film. And yeah, it's basically Ferngully, but with leaf people and not fairies. But I don't mind the film. It's not terrible. The critics shot on this movie because it came out the same year as Frozen. Frozen's awesome. I don't think it's the big greatest movie of all time, but it's good. But I like this film. It came out in May of 2013, and I think it's underrated. It's definitely, it's not super epic, but I don't think it's bad. It is what it is. It's very amusing, and I like the film. So that this is my sister's present. I hope she likes it. Next, I got this film. I got it for like $1.60 something. I'm really good at finding deals because living in the Northeast, there's a lot of pawn shops, and there was a supermarket going out of business that was selling DVDs used. So I got a really good deal. And this is of a 50s film that I enjoyed this year watching it with my mom, called Attack of the Puppet People, Midnight Movies, which I love that they release these films officially on a DVD. They're not DVD-Rs. It's official. See? MGM logo, everything. No features, but I still think the film it says special features and original trailer. It's not a feature. I'm sorry. I think a commentary, a documentary, deleted scenes. Those are special features, not subtitles and trailers and shit. But anyway, this is a fun movie. It is a little bit misleading because there's no really a dog that kind of attacks. It's not really about giant dogs. But the people here, I like the cast. There's a song in it that I think is really cute. It's definitely of its time, and I like the film. And see, I don't just like movies from nowadays. I also love the stuff from the 50s. Just fun stuff. I saw them in the theater this year. That was a ball. I saw the Seven Voyages of Sinbad. Awesome freaking movie. They held up because they're fun and they know what they are. So that's Attack of the Puppet People. Good deal for under $2. And this is some of the Black Friday haul that I got. Most of this. This is I've heard this is considered a classic in the genre of comedy. And screw the sequel that came out, sequel, remake, whatever it was called this year. I'm not interested in it. I'd rather see this one. This is the original National Lampoon's Vacation, not that god awful whatever you call it that we got this summer with Jason. I think not Jason. What's his face? Ed Helms. Yeah, I'd rather just watch this one. It's got that awesome song in it. Holiday Road. Holiday Road. I need to see this movie all the way through because I've seen bits and pieces of it on like AMC cut, but this is the uncut version. It's 99 minutes long. It's not 2 hours long. I don't know why comedies are 2 hours now. Just give me my laughs, light. You don't have to make a movie epically long. And this has Chevy Chase. I've always liked Chevy Chase. I think he's funny. I've seen a lot of his films this year. I saw Spies Like Us and what was the other one? Not Funny Farm. The two Fletch movies, Fletch and Fletch Lives. Really funny stuff. He's funny. Even with white hair, the guy's funnier than Ed Helms. And this film still, I know it's going to hold up for me because I like the other vacation movies. I like European Vacation. Christmas Vacation's a classic. And Vegas Vacation is decent. I got some laughs with that. That's better. Anything is better than that movie that came out this year. I'm avoiding that like the plague. But this one, definitely going to give it a watch. Any artwork? No, it's just plain disc. Got this for $1.99 at Best Buy. It was a steal. Next, I got this old school films, and I love these kinds of movies. I saw this with my aunt and my mom when I was a kid, and this little girl is just iconic. I think she's adorable. I've loved a lot of the stuff I've seen her in. You want to pinch her little cute little cheeks. That's Shirley Temple, the Little Darling Pack, with three of her films. It says two films, but it also includes a Shirley Temple's very first movie, The Page. That's awesome. $2 for this. Hell of a deal. There's Shirley Temple. So cute. Just the America's sweetheart. She was like the Jennifer Lawrence of her day, but if she was a child star. It's a very, very nice collection. Who did this? Universal. See, no features, so I'll fault Universal for that, but look at that artwork. That's so cute. That's an artwork you want to cuddle. I love child stars, when they did their thing, Macaulay Culkin, Elijah Wood, Shirley Temple, a bunch of other people. There's just so many to choose from. And, I love children in general. I think children, are misunderstood, and, they're our future. And I definitely want to see this in the future because what a cutie. When she died a couple years ago, we lost a legend, and she'll never be forgotten. And I will watch every film that she's done. Next, this is a double bill of two horror films I've never heard of. I got some great deals. This was 98 cents. Best deal I got all week. And it is Colobus, which I've never heard of, and Tail Sting. These are two obscure films. I hope they're both decent. I've never heard of these films. It was released by York Horror, so I've never heard of them. At least they're not trauma movies. They're on a flipper disc, so no artwork. But can you blame them? There's no, I've never heard of these films. I just recently got them. I hope the picture quality is decent. Yeah, they're not big name horror films, but hey, anything, even if these movies suck, at least they'll be better than any horror film that's coming out. Like Krampus. I've heard that I saw the trailers, the ads on YouTube, but I don't know. It could be a disappointment. I mean, It Follows I heard was decent, but a lot of horror has sucked in this decade, and I don't want to see any more bad ones. It's just too much. But I'll give these a watch sometime. It should be worth it. For 98 cents, it could be worse. Now here's a Blu-ray of a classic Arnold movie that I bought months ago, but I didn't show it because it was so dark and you could barely see it. Now you're gonna get to see how awesome this is. This is a steelbook of his 80s classic Commando on Blu-ray. Awesome freaking steel. This was like $7.99 at Best Buy. It's an awesome steelbook. It's only one disc. Doesn't have a digital copy, but this is one of Arnold's best. Go Commando. Whoa, it's got some hair. Sorry about that. It's just, hair falls out. It's not my hair. But Go Commando with Arnold. This is the 30th anniversary Blu-ray. And it says one of the best action movies of all time. I agree. There is no way you can remake this, Hollywood, because this movie is freaking classic. It is badass. I just watched it a couple months ago on Blu-ray. Saw the director's cut with, some additional added scenes that made the movie longer. This movie is just 80s badass action all the way. And I love this movie. I'm glad I got it, the steelbook. Look at that. Arnie in his prime with a freaking bazooka. I think it's a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher. And he's ready for gear. My brother used to have the toy of this. And wow, it's a badass movie. Love Commando. Just great freaking movie. And now here's the last one. This is the last Blu-ray I got. I got it for $4 at Target. Hell of a steal for a movie that came out last year that was very polarizing, but I enjoy the film. I'm going to see it again. And it's one of the best films that I saw last year in 2014. It's long, but I think it's awesome. And it is Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. Yes, I finally got the Blu-ray of Interstellar, and I couldn't be happier. It's a 2-disc Blu-ray. Doesn't come with a digital copy of the DVD, but it was worth it. For $4, I could have done a hell of a lot worse. And this is very polarizing. I know a lot of people were disappointed with this movie. I wasn't. I thought the visuals were amazing. I thought the direction was really well done. I thought the cast did a bang-up job with the acting. I thought the writing was very strong. and it's atmospheric. It's a slow burn. It's definitely way too long, especially at the end. The third act does drag, but it's an awesome freaking movie. Look at that, 2 disc Blu-ray, and I couldn't be happier. Well, they switched up the disc the wrong way. This is the feature film, and this is the special features. But Interstellar is a great movie. Is it the greatest movie Nolan's done? No. I think Inception is better. I think The Dark Knight is better. I recently saw The Prestige, and that's shorter than this, so I could say it's better, but I didn't like the twist ending. But this is a work of art. This is a great freaking movie. And I thought, wow, Matthew McConaughey was the perfect choice for this role. Bale would have just faked an American accent and been like, I don't know, would have just kind of taken me out. But McConaughey knocked it out of the park. His crying, everybody cries in this movie. Like 90% of the cast gives, like, Nolan squeezed the emotion out of them, and it just comes pouring from their face. And it's well acted. I don't know how people can hate a well acted movie like this. Gravity, I thought was overrated. I didn't care for it. I don't like Sandra Bullock, and it got all these awards, and it got the box office and all the praise, and this got the shit because it's polarizing. But you know what? I thought it was great, and I will keep this Blu-ray, and I will watch it again and again and again, and I will watch these features. There's no commentary because Nolan doesn't really do commentaries, but this was the best deal I got for a Blu-ray this year. $4. Brand new, factory sealed, and this movie it says a must-see masterpiece. I agree. It's flawed, but it's very entertaining. And it's 168 minutes. It's not the longest movie I've ever seen. Not even the longest movie I saw in the theater. I sat through Return of the King, the extended cut, in 2011, all the way through. I didn't leave to go to the bathroom. I stood in my chair for 4 hours. That's how dedicated I am to film. I will watch a long movie in the theater if it entertains me through and through, and this was a prime example. And it was a great deal. So that's my collection, people. That's my haul from Black Friday and from the month of October. I showed it all of you guys it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've seen some of these films. If you haven't, leave your comments on your thoughts on some of these movies. I know I'm going to have a hell of a December watching a lot of these films again. Some I've seen already, but I want to see them again, either in December or definitely in the new year. And wow, I can't believe that I got so much with so little. But hey, thanks for watching, guys. I want to see your Black Friday videos on YouTube. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I will see you guys in the next one where I continue my video set of videos on movies that people bitch about. So later, guys. Happy Black Friday.